Record.
All right. Let me know when recording button. All right, we can
All
do
right.
we can do crosswords.
Yeah. All right.
I'll take Luffy.
You take your who?
Luffy.
Okay, Luffy. I'm gonna take Ryogi Shiki.
Roki Shiki. Okay. I'll start off. My premise would be that Luffy either out hacks it or just doesn't lose. What is yours?
My premise is that my character hacks his via she has an organized and it grants her the ability. He rest anything signed to the concept of finite existence. You gonna scale first or do I?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, bet. Hold on. Let me let those in. Hold on. Let me get them off.
Oh yeah, when you put like your skins. Oh yeah, just put in
Wait,
Luffy.
yeah, just put it. Just Luffy. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I can send a premise of it, but basically, via the first scan, basically it says Luffy has imagination to reality, which is the overall subjective reality. Luffy has subjective reality manipulation, which means that overall he just imagines that he wins. So yeah, basically I just have Luffy imagine that he wins, and overall it's just that. Basically, just imagine that he wins via subjective reality manipulation.
Okay, let's go ahead and read this. One spawning body. Okay, where do you scale Luffy?
What else can Luffy? I have him winning via out hacking, which is just him just imagine that he wins. Basically, just imagine that he wins.
Okay,
Basically.
notice how it says, when one's mind and body are finally able to witness the potential of the devil fruit. So it's basically saying the mind and body is interlinked. The mind and body are interlinked with the devil fruit. For example, since you don't have a skilling for him, and you just say he only out hacks, I can just assume that Luffy is on the 3-dimensional plane, which is human level, correct? So therefore, since the mind is interlinked with the body, you have to prove that they will work on dimensional planes or people that scale above him.
Okay, so we already know that. Okay, so basically, it wouldn't even matter if your character is a higher dimension plane or not. It doesn't matter simply because. So we have the factor that basically I have Luffy. Basically, okay, so basically you're accepted that he has subjective reality manipulation, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna accept that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we have the fact that they're fighting each other. Basically, it's a fight. It's a prosperous fight.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Luffy's imagining that he wins, which means my overall freaking premise was that he either out hacks, which means if he's out hacking your character, that means he wins via out hacking, which means he's winning. It's like basically he's imagine that if you imagine that he wins, which is against your character, even if your character's a high dimensional plane, he would still win. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, you're saying that he will still win, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get you to prove that it will work on high dimensional planes. I get what you're saying by
I mean, that doesn't, I
him
mean, I
just
was thinking it
imagining
doesn't
him
matter.
win.
It
Huh?
doesn't matter. Like it wouldn't matter via the concept of a
You're
high
saying
dimensional.
it doesn't matter that
Mm-hmm.
okay, so if I was on an 8-dimensional plane, well,
Mm-hmm.
my character is on an 8-dimensional plane, your
Mm-hmm.
character is at a 3-dimensional plane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that their ability that they have, for example, let's say this they have reality manipulation, no, illusion manipulation, right? Do you
Mm-hmm.
think it will work on that 8-dimensional plane character?
You have what type of manipulation?
Like, just take Aizen's manipulation, for example. Do you think it'll work on a dimension that scales
I
above him?
think I think that overall just depends on what type of hacks you have. For instance, if somebody has like concept erasure, but you're a higher dimensional plane than them, then it would still like concept erasure could still apply to you since concepts are like all throughout dimensionality. I would say. So it kind of depends on the set of hacks. I wouldn't just say dimensionality just negates all of type of hacks. I wouldn't say that.
Okay. So back to the Luffy thing. So you're just implying that since he has the ability to just imagine him winning, he would just simply win, correct?
Yeah, subjective reality manipulation. Yep.
Okay. I got you on that one. All right. You have any more feelings? I'm gonna just grant you that.
No.
Okay. So I'm glad to go to my character. You heard my premise, right?
What was your premise? It was out hacking. That was it.
It was out hacking via my character has organized and it grants her the ability to erase anything from the concept of finite existence.
Okay,
So,
question.
for example, right?
I
Since
have a question. I have a question first off. So,
yeah,
okay, of course I want you to. Okay, of course I want you to send proof. Okay, that's fine. Before you state everything else, can this still beat my character? Like, can this going to be possible to beat my character? Since my character already. No, wait, let me finish. Since my character's already imagining that he wins, basically just win the entire fight. So I don't understand how this was still unless you still want to scale, but overall my character still wins. Just he's imagining that he wins.
okay, so I'm going to get on to it. I'm
No.
going to tell you why in a second.
All right.
So in the scan, it clarifies what the ability to do, and it states that she has this ability. And what I'm implying is, since you don't have a scaling for Luffy, right? I could just grant I'm automatically going to say that he's planetary, that he's human level. So you have to prove that your character will be able to think faster than my character,
I got you.
like erasing your character. So for example, since
I
your
got you.
character is finite and since your character is one of itself, it follows the laws of identity, and therefore my character will just simply erase that your character. And I do have a scaling for my character. I can get her to outer. And outer, if you're automatically outer, you are automatically immeasurable speed. And since you don't have a scaling for your character, I would just possibly
All right,
assume
here. That's
I would
that's the
just
entire
assume
solution right there. So basically, P1 Luffy has subjective randomization, which you've already accepted. The P2 the mind is immaterial. Merit are immaterial. If the mind is immaterial, then obviously that means it's aspatial atemporal, meaning that it doesn't like it's like not confined by physical restraints. Basically, so basically his mind would be immaterial. Basically,
okay, so
so his mind would just be irrelevant speed overall, or just immeasurable to irrelevant speed. Basically, it's just aspatial atemporal.
you're saying
Mind.
relevant speed. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're telling me his thoughts transcend the concept of speed itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you prove that it exists?
Say it again.
I hope you realize if you're transcending the concept of speed, you're not using speed itself. So therefore, he doesn't have.
Okay.
Therefore, he
Are you
cannot.
trying to?
He don't have thinking speed.
Okay,
You're
are you trying to? Okay,
transcending the
okay, yeah.
concept of speed.
Okay, okay.
Hold on, wait, 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 wait.
Okay, okay. Go
Hold
ahead.
on, wait. And if you're transcending the concept of speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're able to think so fast that speed is irrelevant. And since you're transcending the concept of speed, what's the argument? If you're transcending the concept of speed, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
transcend the concept of speed, you will still have to use that speed. So how
Okay,
are you
so
going to transcend something
basically,
that speed?
Do you know what? What's it called? Do you know what atemporal causation is?
No.
Okay, let me get the definition for it. Okay, a causation, atemporal causation. Give me a second. Okay, so basically it says atemporal causation refers to the type of causation that is not bounded by time. In this concept, the cause and effect relationship exists independently of temporal sequencing. This means that the cause does not need to precede the effect in time, challenging the traditional notions of causality, which causes the typical seem as preceding their effects. Temporal causation is often discussed. Yeah, just the rest of it, just some words usually used. So basically, with that, it's basically saying that causation is still there, even though like his mind is still atemporal. So basically, you trying to say that since there's still like since even if he's like even if like he okay basically his mind transcended the concept of speed, but he has a thought process which is like speed, like cause and effect and stuff like that, it wouldn't matter because of aspatial atemporal causation. Basically that there's still like even though it's like not bounded by time, it still can there can still be like a cause and effect relationship basically, which would just be like the simplest conclusion for what that is.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm going to give
Uh-huh.
my intentions to like the argument. For
Mm-hmm.
like P1 conclusion. So
Uh-huh.
you're saying that Luffy has rejected reality manipulation, the mind is intent and material. Okay. So you're saying that he has irrelevant speed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here's all I'm gonna say. The mind and body are interconnected. Even if the mind is immaterial, it still relies on physical prowess to express intentions. Luffy's
Okay.
actions must
So
align with the physical capabilities,
that kind of
regardless of
contradicts or
his
goes against
subjective
what
beliefs.
like what immaterial is. That kind of contradicts or goes against what immaterial is. If something's immaterial, that means it doesn't have like physical or freaking physical or like restraints. Which the mind, what's it called? Which freaking the immaterial mind can create a material world, which is like what we know as today. Which the brain and the mind are two different things. For instance, the brain is basically just an organ or a house for it, but basically the mind is basically just like the mind is like I'm gonna find the mind here. I'll just get the definition for mind. Hold on.
Yeah, the mind is basically like just like a consciousness.
Okay, the mind term generally refers to the cognitive of all faculties that encompasses aspects such as consciousness, perception, thinking, reasoning, and emotions. So yeah, that's just basically what the mind is. Which the brain is like. The brain really isn't like. Which I'm just overall trying to say that the brain and the mind just aren't the same thing. Because what the mind is and the brain is just
Yeah, I'm
an
not saying
organ.
like the brain and the mind are the same thing. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I'm saying here's what I'm trying to say, right? For
Mm-hmm.
example, I'm gonna make this analogy. If a person throw a punch at you, you see that, so you're perceiving it. In order to perceive that's the thing, you will have to think about that. For example, you'll be like, oh, you think in your head that, oh, this guy's throwing a punch at me, right, and the mind send that signal to the brain to cause that
Mm-hmm.
to move. So that's what I mean by the mind. The mind and the body are interconnected.
Okay, so I would say
It
that
still
like
relies on physical prowess to express
okay, so
things.
overall, it wouldn't really matter on physical prowess in like Luffy's case, since it's really just his mind, basically just thinking, or just overall just thinking that he wins the said battle, which overall he just wins, which would just be like it'll be irrelevant, which is like we already agreed that his mind is basically irrelevant speed. I didn't really see like uh, a I would say a
No, I
debunk
didn't.
of that.
No, I
But
didn't agree.
overall,
I
it would
was
still
giving
just be like if his mind is all right, let's do the hypothetical then. So if his mind is in relevant speed, then overall just wouldn't like overall like for instance, I see what you're trying to say with like someone's trying to punch you, but like it's like your reaction speed of you for you to move, which like with your brain and stuff like that. But it wouldn't matter because Luffy's just being like, okay, I think I win. Boom, that's it.
Okay,
That's
okay,
it.
okay.
It wouldn't really be like, oh, here's a move, the dodge, whatever Shiki's gonna do, and then do this with his brain. But no, he's just basically just boom. I think this is over.
Okay. Since he keep on saying that, I'm just going to give this argument. Okay, so for example, notice how you said this Luffy has to reject the reality. All he have to do is just imagine that he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. And since he's human level, do you think anybody that is a human can think any relevant speed?
I don't know why we would compare fiction to reality. I mean, yeah, we can take some like logic and stuff like that from reality, yes, and we can say it based off of that, yes. But in some aspects, fiction is still fiction. Like, do you not understand what I mean by that? Like, I don't think we will appeal to. I think it's called appeal to reality. Hold on, I'm 1 second.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so for example, right, you're saying that Luffy's imagination is irrelevant speed. If you're irrelevant speed, you're stressing the concept of speed itself. But how are you going to stress the concept of speed itself if you're still using speed to do that same thing? So
Wait,
you're
say it again. Repeat that part.
hmm?
Repeat that again.
So basically, right, it's kind of like the Wally West situation where he outran the Speed Force, which is the concept of speed, and he's using speed to outrun that said thing. It wouldn't be possible for you to outrun something that gave you the speed itself. How are you going to outrun the concept of speed? It literally is speed itself. You
Are you
cannot do that said thing unless you are using that said speed. It's not going to work.
Are you trying to argue that since Luffy's still thinking, which would require some type of cause and effect, then it wouldn't be in relevant speed, since relevant speed is basically just being above which above the concept of speed, which would be like above causation and stuff like that.
Yes, so therefore it will
Okay,
form a
that's
contradiction.
when we have this thing called uh atemporal causation. Atemporal basically just means like deprived of time. Basically, it's basically just being deprived of time. Temporal is like time. If something's atemporal, that means it doesn't have time. Atemporal causation, which I've said before, this refers to the type of causation that is not bounded by time, meaning that Luffy is still.
Okay. So you're saying metaphysical change
There's still,
basically.
there's still the concept. It's like inside of atemporal causation, there's still cause and effect relationships, but it just doesn't need time,
Oh,
which just happens here.
okay. So how can you explain how cause and effect will happen without time? Because that would just be metaphysical change. Because metaphysical change is just change without time. You have to prove that metaphysical change exists. Because if you can't, then your argument would just be invalid on that one.
Okay, so wait, what do you think metaphysical change means? Also,
Metaphysical.
it's
I
a
already
no,
said.
hold on. Inside of that concept, it's basically just that the cause and effects exist with independently of time sequencing. Are you basically saying how does cause and effect exist independently of it? And
Okay. So,
also cause and effect isn't like what's it called? Cause and effect isn't dependent of what's it called? Like speed. I don't know why you think that.
no. I'm not saying speed. Like
Mm-hmm.
you said, time. That's what I'm agreeing to. Because for example, right? You tell me to define what metaphysical change is. I already defined
Mm-hmm.
what metaphysical change is. I
Wait,
said
say it again. No, repeat.
I
I didn't hear
said.
what you
Okay, you had told me to define what metaphysical change is. I
said.
define what metaphysical change is, but I'm going to have to say it again so you can
Mm-hmm.
like have clear understanding. So
Mm-hmm.
you're saying that cause and effect is independent from time. If cause and effect does
Mm-hmm.
not need time to do its set thing, then that would just be metaphysical change. And the definition of metaphysical change is change without time. So you have to prove to me that metaphysical change exists. How would there be change without time itself?
I don't think that define what metaphysical change is. Can you send a definition for metaphysical change? I don't think you're defining it correctly, or you just didn't define it at all. I think you're just like using those settings to correlate to why it would be metaphysical change, but you didn't really define what metaphysical change was.
Okay, I'm gonna just get the definition. I got you.
Okay.
Uh, Simple. I'm gonna put it in. You know where like the Luffy said that?
Say it again. Oh yeah, I'm in it right now.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna just put it in there. Um, it says metaphysical change refers to a fundamental social transformation in nature, essence. of something going to beyond physical changes. It involves shifts and of being, often addressing questions of existing reality and the nature of itself. This is
Okay,
basically
so
saying
how's that like arguing against what I'm saying?
no. What is arguing against your saying? Because it's saying without time, but you're saying that cause and effect is independent from time, right? In order for cause and effect to happen,
That's
it
what
will need time
atemporal
and time.
causes.
Hold
Okay,
on, hold
wait.
on, hold
What is
on.
your?
For example,
Okay, go ahead.
hold on, wait. For example, if I was to throw a punch at a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I was to throw a punch at a person, okay, that's the cause, right? Then if I land that punch, that is the effect. In order for that thing to happen, it will involve time. But you're saying cause and effect is independent from time, so therefore it wouldn't need time to do this action. That would just be
I have a
metaphysical
question. So
change.
wait. What is your reasoning? Wait. What is your reasoning or justification for why you would need like time for you to have cause and effect? What is your reasoning for that?
Okay,
Are
so
you saying that
for
we wouldn't have
example,
sequence of events without it?
here's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an explanation. For example, this is what I mean by time. For example, okay, so look, do you? I'm gonna just make an example out of space. Do you
Mm-hmm.
agree that space and time are interlinked or not? What do you think?
I think that needs justification for reasoning why. I wouldn't directly just say yeah. I mean, it depends on the theory that you're going by. But we
Okay,
can go by
okay.
a hypothetical that they do. We can go by a hypothetical that they do.
If you want me to talk, to just give like the space time theory.
We don't have to do all that. It just goes on the sidetracking. We'll just go to freaking what's it called. We just do a hypothetical that they do interlink.
Okay, I got you. Okay, okay. So for example, you know how things move in space, correct?
I mean, what do you mean by what type of space are you talking about? What type of space are you referring to?
For example, you know how planets orbit around the sun.
Planets over around the sun? Oh yeah.
Okay. So since the planets orbit around the sun, what do you think is okay? Since the planets are orbiting around the sun, right? It was
Mm-hmm.
time that is letting that thing flow.
Wait. What is your reason for that? Because I
Okay,
don't think
okay,
that's necessarily
okay,
true.
okay, okay. I'm gonna give the reason.
Uh-huh.
Okay, for example, like I said, if something is independent from time, right, it will be metaphysical change. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to like tell you. That would just be metaphysical change without time. And I'm still waiting for you to give your explanation on why metaphysical change without time would work. Like, how would that be? How will change without time be? If I was to throw a punch at a person, it would involve time to do that said thing. So if I wasn't, for
What
example, if
metaphysical
I
change is
was
talking about is that like it's like going through us, just going beyond physical changes. Basically, it's just like being like I don't think it's referring to like overall like just like immaterial stuff. It's talking about physical things, like physical changes, not material, like not immaterial changes. So I don't think that goes against anything I'm saying. Like
okay,
metaphysical
so
change, like you trying to argue for metaphysical change, I'm thinking like goes against anything I'm saying. Like
okay,
what is your whole point that you're trying to argue? Because I don't think metaphysical change like attacks
my whole
anything.
point is trying to argue, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're arguing. You said what you said about Luffy thing without like the cause and effect without time. Say that again.
What do you mean? What about like that like there's a causation? Wait no, atemporal causation.
Yeah.
Basically, what I was saying was that like atemporal causation is basically just like it's overall just like freaking what was it? Hold on, let me just get a definition for it. It'd be better to just get a definition for it.
All right, bet.
Okay, so basically, just atemporal causation is basically just like basically it's a type of causation that is not bounded by time. In this concept,
Okay,
the
so
cause and
metaphysical
the
change.
go ahead.
So metaphysical change.
Metaphysical. Okay, look at the definition. What you said for it says metaphysical change
Okay.
refers to the fundamental transformation in the nature of essence or something being beyond physical changes.
And
Are you
hold
saying?
on,
Are you saying no,
brother.
no, no,
And
no, no, no. Hold on, hold on,
these
hold on. Are you
others.
saying? Are you
It
saying? No,
says
no, no.
it
Hold
involves.
on, hold on. Are you saying time is physical?
Do you think time is physical?
I'm asking you. That's a question.
Okay, no, I don't think time is physical. But what I'm saying is, right, it says metaphysical change refers to a fundamental transformation in nature or essence of something, right? Going beyond physical
Mm-hmm.
changes. And after that, it says it involves shifts in concepts, values, or states of being, often addressing questions of existence and reality and the nature of itself, right? Hold on.
Yeah. So how does that affect
No,
anything with
it's
atemporal causation?
change time.
That's
Change without
nothing here. Nothing here
time.
indicates time or anything like that. Are you trying to say that
Okay.
reality adjusts
What do you
time?
define? Okay, what do you define reality?
What I define as reality, I
Hmm?
would say
Do you think
reality,
reality involves time in it?
huh?
Do you think if reality involves time?
Do I think reality like just like overall involves time?
No, I'm saying like, do you think it involves it? Do you think reality needs time to
I
flow?
think that needs justification for why it would be, but I think time just refers to like the state of things that are that actually exist and like independent perceptions of like belief and stuff like that, like
What do you
experiences and
define as
states like that.
reality?
Say it again.
What do you define as reality?
I would find reality as a state of things that are like that actually exist, independent perception of beliefs, and I would say like is like observations and experience that we like feel and stuff like that. Like yeah,
Okay. So what do you think involves that?
that overall like humans, like the way we like experience things, like observing things.
Okay, so you're saying
What
reality is a state
exists.
of things as they actually exist. In order
Say it
for that,
again.
okay, so basically it will involve time to do that sort of thing.
Evolved. So you're saying it evolved time to
Yes,
experience
yes, hold on,
reality?
hold on. Saying reality. Okay, I'm just gonna put the definition. Okay,
That's what I
reality
said.
is a state of things as they actually exist and is independent of perception or belief. It encompasses everything that can be observed, experienced, or measured. Okay, notice. Let's go ahead and go to this. Notice how they say observe, experience, or measured. It will involve time to do the thing. So that's why I'm saying that reality will involve time, and you. That's why I said reality will involve time. That's why I'm saying
Yeah.
metaphysical
Okay. Yeah.
change will
So
just be
whether or
straight
not
out.
okay, so whether or not reality would actually evolve time, I think that needs justification. So what is your justification for why you think that reality would
Okay,
evolve time?
I already said my
What?
justification. My justification is saying, notice how in the definition that I put, it said that, okay, it
Mhm.
encompasses everything that can be observed, experienced, or measured, including the physical world and events occurring within it. Notice how
Okay,
it
so
says
how does okay no
that
no
in
how does something how
time
does
to
like
do that
that's basically
thing.
just talking about perception of like different things like perception beliefs and stuff like that. How does perception beliefs and like things that can be observed and experienced or measured, how does that equate to time? That doesn't at all.
Okay, the thing is, okay,
Hmm.
so then here's the other thing. I'm saying it encompasses everything that can be observed, experienced, or measured, including the physical world and events that
Okay, so
occur
are you trying to say that
in it.
time is are you saying that time is
Okay,
physical?
here's what I'm trying to say. I'm not arguing that time is physical. I'm saying that reality, in order for reality to do this set thing, it would involve time. And that's what I'm saying, right? When we go back to the metaphysical change definition, I'm just saying that it's changed without time. So
There's
I'm
no
still waiting on you to justify the fact on how change without time would work or function. I'm just waiting on that.
this right here just isn't overall attacking my point at all. Because this right here is saying reality is basically just like basically what reality is basically just a physical world. If we're going by the definition, it's basically a physical world with events occurring inside of it. You're saying that basically with time being inside of a reality is basically just all being physical. Reality refers to like a physical world, experiences and all that stuff, perception, all that stuff like that. And you're saying metaphysical change, which also refers to physical things and or like physical changes and stuff like that. If Luffy's mind is immaterial, that means it's not confined by like physical restraints and stuff like that. So I don't understand how you saying that the reality is physical and stuff like that and it's metaphysical change and stuff like that. I don't understand how that's like attacking my entire point. But you're also trying to say that this right here is that is like how can time or no how can change happen without time?
Yes.
How can change happen without time? Okay, that's called atemporal causation. Atemporal causation where cause and effect relations happen without temporality. Do you know
Okay, so that's
like
without
all right,
time.
how do you define time? How do you define time? I think that would be overall better. Like how do you define time?
I'm gonna just get like an explained definition of time so like you can
Okay.
understand. And I'm gonna put it in the Luffy shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you this one thing. Do you think time had to be physical? Do you think time had to be physical to like to like how can I explain this? Do you think time has to be physical to like the events
I would say yes. I would say yes in
and
the
this shit
sense of
gonna
like the
work?
past. If you're referring to like the past, present, and future, I would say yes in that sense because for the past has to be physical in reality. The present is physical as we have now, and the future is still going to be physical. I don't like. I said yes in that type of sense. Yeah, I don't see like
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's it. So
Okay.
yeah,
For example, right? Okay. So you're saying that change without or I put the definition in chat. You're saying that change without time is atemporal, right?
say it again.
You're saying change without time is atemporal, right?
You said wait. Say that one more time. Your thing like keeps on bugging out for me. Go ahead. Say it again.
Oh, it's bugging. Hold on, I got you.
Did you leave? Oh, okay. All right. You say it again.
Okay, so you're saying change without time is atemporal, right?
Change without time
Yeah,
is
it's atemporal,
change
right?
without time is atemporal. Yeah, yeah. It would be atemporal. Yeah. Change
Okay,
without time. or a causation. It would be atemporal causation. Yeah.
Okay, you're saying is it atemporal? I'm asking you to like prove that change without time would like actually function or work. Like, what's your justification on why like it will work?
Okay, so basically cause. Okay, so basically, okay, I see what you mean. Okay, so basically causation just refers to like the way like so the cause of like a basically effect. Time refers to like a sequence of events. Basically, cause cause necessarily wouldn't have to be a sequence of events, or it wouldn't be like constricted by time. I don't really know how to define like how like
How is cause not sequence of events? What? That's literally cause and effect. If I was to throw a
no
punch in the person, pause.
sequence of events with time would just be like well, for instance, like as the definition says, past, present, and future. Cause and effect would just lead to like one thing to another. Which yes, it could be a necessarily sequence, yes, but it's not the
That's
same as like
time.
hold on. It would not be necessarily the same sequence as time would be. That's all I would say.
How? Okay, I would say this again. If I was to
Mm-hmm.
throw a person, that's the cause. If I was to land a person, that's the affection. In order to do that said thing, it would involve time to do that said action. So how would cause and effect not be time? Can you justify that?
How say it again?
How would cause and effect would not be time? Can you justify it?
The cause and effect doesn't necessarily indicate time overall because time refers to like the sequence of events in like the past, present, and future. Cause and effect basically is cause like the I don't want to define the word.
Nigga, you look,
Huh?
you just said okay. I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. Like I said, if I throw a punch at a person, right, and I let that punch, that would be cause and effect, right? For example,
Wait. What is the cause of that point? There's no.
okay.
That's just a sequence.
Hold
Huh?
on. Look, I'm gonna just
Okay.
make an example out of what you said. You said like time
Mm-hmm.
is past, present, and future. Okay, I'm gonna make an example. For example, let's say this: I'm walking right up to a person. That's the present because I'm like walking. I'm walking up to a person, right? I put my fist, I bumped my fist up.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead at the person, right? It didn't land yet. It's still the present. It's still the present. It connects. Still the present. Cause and effect. That's all present right there. And the future is in detail because the future is like things that already know that's gonna happen. But like the present create the future. Okay.
No, because
Okay.
like okay. No. I see what you mean now. Because basically, okay, yeah. So we have this. Time is like basically just like the sequence of events. Yes. So one thing leading to another. Yes. But cause when it comes when you like refer to like cause and effect and causation, cause like when you refer to that, cause and effect doesn't necessarily like have like where it's like for instance it's not a sequence basically because you can have an effect before a cause. You can have that. Like for instance, like the for instance in One Punch Man, you can one Saitama has where he has an effect before a cause, or like in our reality, you can have an effect then a cause. Like the effect is like for instance, what do you like? For instance, the effect is like something that
Oh,
happens after
okay,
something
okay.
else overall.
Oh, so you're talking about I see what you're saying. So you're talking about the effect and cause like the opposite. Oh,
Like
so if I
you're
was
not
to punch
you're
that
like
person,
huh?
if I
Say
was
it
to
again.
punch that if I you're saying effect and cause. So if I was to punch that person, the aftermath would be wait, what? No.
That, and
If I
that's
was to
because
punch a
in
person,
that
that would be the
instance,
effect.
that would just, huh?
If I was to punch a
I'm saying
person,
that you can have effect before a cause.
explain that to me, like make an example out of it.
Here, let me get the definition for effect, and I'll just correlate it off of that.
Just use ChatGPT to
Okay,
figure
so
out like
effect is a result or outcome produced outcome. Okay, so yeah, basically overall, for instance, like Saitama, for instance, he has this thing where he can basically like he has a like the effect, and then the cause comes afterward. Like basically, let's say I'm pointing a gun at you, and
hmm
then the effect of you getting hit by that like said like gun or said bullet from that gun, and then the cause happens of me pulling that trigger. You can have effect before a cause, which
Okay,
I don't think you know,
if
yeah.
you pull the gun up to a person's head, that's the
Mhm.
cause. When you shoot the bullet, that's the effect. So that
No, I'm
just
saying
involves
nope.
contradiction.
You can have you can have where the effect happens before the cause, which
When
would
that
just be
just
like you
entail
getting
a
hit by that shit
contradiction,
before,
when that
huh?
just entail a contradiction,
Wait,
how
how's
can
it?
here I'm gonna explain how would that be the contradiction. You grabbing a gun out your pocket, lifting it up, that is the cause. Pulling the trigger and you hit the guy. Well, just pulling the trigger alone is the effect, right? But you're
No,
saying that. But you're
pulling the
saying
trigger
that.
would be the cause.
But
I'm
you're
saying that you
saying
can have
that.
a. I'm saying
What?
that you can have. Oh, listen. There's two different type of things. You can have uh, what's it called? Immediate effect, and you can have like delayed effect, which cause then effect. That's delayed effect. But you can have like immediate effect, which is just like where like it's like where immediate effects are where the effect happens like before the cause does, because you can have an effect before a cause. Like for instance, the pulling the trigger, you point a gun at somebody, they get hit by that said bullet or whatever happens like when you pull that trigger. basically it's just they get hit by the said bullet before the cause happens, which is you pulling the trigger basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
So if you like pull the trigger, the cause and affecting cause. Okay, so you shooting the trigger, you hit it at a person. That would be the cause, right?
Wait, say it again. You pulling the trigger would be the
So,
cause, yeah.
okay, so if I was to pull the trigger and the guy fall down dead, that would be the cause. How would that be the cause?
Wait, you said you put a trigger and the guy fall down dead. The guy falling down dead would be the effect coming before the cause because basically he fell down.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so the guy falling down dead would be the. Oh, I meant the effect. The guy falling down would be the effect. So basically, it's just
Thank
overall.
you. So you
What do you
first
mean?
it was affecting cause. Now it's cause and effect. Thank you.
Okay, you can have either or. That's what I'm saying. You can have either or. You can have effect before cause.
Okay. So you already agreed to the fact that you contradicted yourself because at first you saying like pulling the trigger alone, right? That will
That's
be
the
the
cause. Pulling the
effect.
trigger is
Then when
cause.
the bullet had hit him, that would be the cause. How
That would
can
be the effect.
something? How
The bullet
can a
hitting the person
person
would be the
how
effect.
can a person cause something if they're already dead?
What do you mean? How can you? What? That doesn't make
Okay.
sense at all.
I'm gonna try to
How can
explain it.
you?
I'm gonna try to explain it.
Because you're like
Okay.
no, you're trying to twist it and say like, oh, the person who's like pulling the trigger is the one dying. Like how can you
No,
like you
I'm
say
not
that? I
saying
feel
that. Hold on.
like,
This is what I'm trying to say. I may have sounded retarded right there, but I'm gonna see can I like justify it. Okay, so
okay.
what I'm trying to say is right. You saying the guy is pulling the trigger, right?
Okay,
That's
guys, someone pulling the trigger.
look, you're getting it mixed up because the thing I'm confused about how is the cause gonna
Okay,
come
so what I'm trying to say
after
is
the
that you
effect?
can have. What I'm trying to say is that you can have effect before a cause. For instance,
Yeah.
let's say, no. As the same analogy from before, you can be pointing a gun at someone. The effect of them getting hit by that said gun can happen before the cause happens. That's called what's the word for it? It's that's called immediate cause. No, immediate effect. That's what it's called. Immediate effect. And then with cause then effect, that's delayed. That's a delayed effect.
Can you prove that?
You can look it up. That's delayed effect. Cause then effect is delayed effect.
Can you prove
Effect
that?
then cause. Huh? What?
Can you prove that?
Prove which one? Which part?
He's saying that like cause and effect is
Huh?
as a delay.
That delayed effect is a thing, and immediate effect are like a thing as
Let
well.
me stop showing on that part. But the thing I'm still not getting is like, okay, I get what you're saying about like lifting the gun up, pulling the trigger, but the cause is you. The cause is you pulling the trigger, and the
Okay,
aftermath
I
is
see
the
where.
effect.
Okay,
How is the effect going to happen before the aftermath?
what do you mean the effect happened before the aftermath? The aftermath is
Here's
the
what I'm
effect.
trying to say. The effect is the aftermath. The effect is
Okay,
the
okay.
aftermath. I had an
So
accent right there.
okay,
Okay,
so
so
all
here's
right,
what
this
I'm
is where
trying to
you.
say. Here's what
Okay.
I'm trying to say. Look, you
Mm-hmm.
pull up the trigger. No, I mean you pull up the gun. You pull the trigger, right? That's the cause. Then the aftermath is the effect. You landed the bullet on the guy. Let's say this.
Okay,
You hit him in the head.
That's called delayed
That is
effect.
the aftermath. That is the
That's called
aftermath. So
yes.
therefore, it
Okay,
will be
that's
the
called
effect.
delayed effect. That's okay. That's okay. That's called delayed effect. Yes, that's called delayed effect. Yes, that's okay. Immediate effect will be effect before a cause, which I already made an example with Saitama with how his thing works, and I also made an example with the gun as well. Because you can have effect before cause with you getting hit by the said bullet before the trigger is pulled. That's just called immediate effect. That's just what it
Can
is.
you prove to me that immediate effect is this?
Is this in what sense? And like, okay, so we're arguing fiction overall. What is
Just
this? I mean,
just get
yeah,
like a
is this?
definition
I know
from
it is. This in
Google.
fiction. Say it again.
Just get like a definition from Google.
For what?
Like for like explain like can you I'm just asking you to prove to me does that said thing
That
actually
immediate and delayed effect exists.
no the like immediately the immediate effect because they're saying like
Yeah,
the
we're
moment
arguing
you
fiction.
hit
Okay,
the
so that's
gun.
how much. Hold on, I'll just end the side to my thing, I guess, because that just. I mean, yes, we're arguing fiction. It's possible in
We
fiction.
can.
It's possible in fiction for us to have effect before cause.
I think we can just conclude.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
let's
what
continue now.
was the
Okay.
entire point? What was the entire point?
Okay. I'll just start mine first, then I guess. All right. So basically, well, to start with the entire thing, basically, basically, okay. So he agreed to Luffy having subjective reality. He agreed to the mind being immaterial. He agreed to that. Overall, then we just got to the point with all that stuff. I was saying that the mind was since the mind was immaterial, which you agreed to that. That is like it's aspatial, atemporal. Since it's aspatial, atemporal, that means it's like not confined to physical restraints. Here, I'll add you to it where I put it in. Hold on, I'll just add you to it. It wouldn't be confined by physical restraints. Oh, you see it? All right, bet. So basically, overall, it would be mean that it's irrelevant speed. He was trying to say that, oh, how can you have how can you be like irrelevant speed, or how can you be above the concept of speed if he has to still think about that doing that said thing? I said that would just simply be a causal No, atemporal causation. Atemporal. Now I defined oh my goodness. We defined atemporal causation as like where like it's like a type of causation that isn't bounded by time. Basically, just like the cause and effect of relationships exist independently for like temporal like sequences. And then we went on saying about how no, then I went on saying that like effect can happen before cause in fiction, basically, which is it's possible for effect to happen in cause. And I made an example with Saitama and with the gun pulling thing as well.
Okay, it was basically everything he was just saying, but the thing he had said, I had asked him. He said it's just atemporal that time will change without time, and I had asked him to prove that, and he for some reason he couldn't justify that thing. All he kept on saying was atemporal.
Wait, that
Okay,
doesn't make sense. That's what
Well,
time change
he
without time.
basically
Never
just
said
fucking
that.
said no time change. I mean, no change. By the way,
change it.
so
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. He said time. He said time can change without. Well, he said time can change
No,
without.
no, I meant like okay, I had messed up. If y'all
what?
so change
That's what he
without
just said.
time.
Change without time.
So he said no change.
Yes.
Metaphysical
That
change,
doesn't
change
make
without time.
sense.
I don't know, G.
No, the thing is, he's arguing aspatial temporal. Well, atemporal, change without time. So he's saying change without change.
How am I saying change without change? Wait, repeat what you
Look,
said
I
before.
just made an example out of metaphysical change without time, right? The Japan just said, oh, change without change. Then I made an example. I just said aspatial, well,
Just
atemporal,
watch.
right? That
Yo,
change
hold on.
without time. So
Hold
therefore,
on.
he
Hold
said
on. Just watch
without change.
recording.
I'm telling you, y'all niggas is motherfuckers, especially this nigga Japan.
Just have them watch recording. Just have them watch recording. It's easier just let them watch recording. It's not. It's way easier to
Are
just
we
do that.
just concluding on that one topic?